Hey guys, what's going on? Matt here, bringing you my final COD Ghost video of the year, and probably of all time. But today, I want to bring you a top 5 list of my loves and hates for COD Ghost, and explain why I kind of stuck around with the game. So, let me start with my top 5 hates first. Starting at number 5 is the explosives in COD Ghost. Now, two bad things they put together was a slow movement system and danger close. If you can't move out of the way of the explosives, then danger close is just going to clean you up. That was one problem. People run launchers and danger close. You can't move very well, and you get picked off every time. And IEDs, danger close or not, those were so annoying. Early in the game, first few months, those were cancer. It was so bad. You couldn't get out of the way. If that beep went off, you knew you were dead. But now they kind of nerfed it to where if you just make like any jump, any crouch movement, you're safe. But the only problem I still find it with is that you're one shot away from death. So if there's a camper nearby, oh well. Move on to number 4, the lack of weapons and the lack of kill streaks. Now the lack of weapons is the amount that are viable, that are useful in everyday play, I guess you could say. Because most people, if you pay attention to the weapons people use in the lobbies, people don't use half of like each gun class. People don't use like half of the ARs, half of the subs, half of the marksman rifles, half of the LMGs. So there was a bad lack of weapons that were actually good and viable to use. And the kill streaks, there were a lack of good kill streaks that were actually good and fun to use. Ones that will get you enough kills to make you satisfied. Loki, things like that. That was horrible. The heal pilot was okay, but it had bad movement. So it probably put a detriment into the kills you could get, but otherwise there was a lack of weapons and lack of kill streaks that were viable and useful all the time. Now on to number 3, Extinction. I say Extinction was a bust, especially I'm going to use some evidence, I guess you could say, from the last DLC pack. The very last Extinction map. Played the solo version once to test out the special weapon on the map. Haven't ever played it since. Never played that map again. Haven't touched Extinction since. And I only played like each map probably a few times. I probably played like the very first map, the default one, like probably 10-15 times because Extinction was new and we're trying to beat it. But like all the DLC maps, I probably played like 2 or 3 times at most. It was a bust. I didn't like it very much. None of my friends, none of your friends would want to play it. So I call Extinction was a bust. And that was number 3, Extinction. Number 2, the Camos. The Camos were hard and really grindy to get. You had to get like lean kills, which sucked. And it was just a complete grind. The challenges were hard as ever. And it was I just liked it better in Black Ops 2. The challenge, you had to get 100 headshots, and then you had a bunch of challenges. They were doable, but it's not like you had to grind and grind and grind for them. I mean, like, yeah, you had to do every weapon in a class to get the diamond, but it didn't feel like it was a complete grind for just one gold camo. Because right now I have around, 7, 8 gold camos. Black Ops 2, I had diamond by summer. I don't even have a lot of gold camos, and it's the last day of Ghost, so that goes to show how hard the camos were and how ineffective, I guess, or not much of a challenge wanting to come back to it. It was a very good, fun challenge to come back to. And probably the number one thing I hated about COD Ghost, there was no fun factor. Black Ops 2 had a fun factor. There were so many different things you could do. Crossbow, knives. It was just, there was so much you can do. Party games. You could do whatever you wanted in Black Ops 2. In Ghosts, you can't really do that. It's either you troll around with explosives, or you actually go out there and try and play the game. It's one or two things. There wasn't a whole lot to do. It was either like actually try and play, or just run around with explosives. That was all. There was no fun factor to the game. Kill streaks weren't very fun. The weapons weren't very fun. And so it just meant for more of a pub stompy, you have to try game. And those are my top 5 hates. Now on to the top 5 loves. And now coming in at number 5 on my top 5 love list for Ghost, the DLC. Now, I thought this was probably the best DLC season for any COD. I felt this was the most creative out of all the DLC maps, and it had probably the best maps, but maybe just because the default maps were horrible, we thought these were better. So, I liked how they had the Michael Myers, the Predator, how they revamped Shipment from COD 4. It was a lot of fun. The new Call of Duty DLC maps were fun to play. Now, number 4, the connection, the hit detection. Now, I thought this was probably the best hit detection they've had since MW2. It made for more fair connection games. If you got one, and it just felt right. The guns just felt right when they killed, and there wasn't any lag, there wasn't any eating, there wasn't any bad shots. There was just clean, crisp hit detection. So I really like the connection of the game, and I hope to see it back again in Advanced Warfare. Now, number 3 on my list is the perk system. Now, I think this is the best perk system they've had in all of Call of Duty. Obviously, they've had about 3 types. They've had the classic, just the 1, 2, 3 perks. The Black Ops 2 Pick 10, where you could pick up to 2 from 3 tiers. And then, obviously, the Ghost, where you can pick up to any perk you want from about 6 tiers, and there was about 30-some perks. You could pick as many as you wanted, as long as they fit within your points. You could get rid of like a weapon or a lethal, a tactical, get you more points, get you maybe an extra perk or 2 that you wanted, which I found to be very beneficial. So I love the perk system of Ghost. I hope it returns soon, but I felt it just gave for more customization and optimization to someone's game. Now, at number 2, the new movement mechanics. Now, I said the movement system is slow and I didn't like it, but the mechanics are great. The hurdling is great for when you're jumping over a wall and your gun is already there ready to shoot just in case someone's there. And the slide I find to be more effective than the dolphin dive. Now, the dolphin dive, I love it, but I love the slide even more because it's more battle effective, more battle ready. With the dive, it's more cosmetics, more like, yeah, I'm diving out of the way and stuff, explosives, getting out of the way and stuff. It looks cooler, but you have to take a second or 2 to recover. With sliding, it's just bam, you're sliding, bam, your gun's ready to go when you're done, and you're just ready to take out the next guy coming around the corner that you might not have been able to get with diving. So, I loved that about the new movement mechanics. And now, probably my number 1, this is really opinion-based, really biased, but I was good at the game. This is probably the number 1 reason why I kept coming back to the game, because I was pretty good. I was probably better than a lot of players on the game. I understood the game. I could play it really well. My stats, I think, are about 2.0 KD, 1.6 win-loss. Yeah, most people are like, oh, whatever, stats, man, KD, man. But I liked having 2.0 KD in Ghost because it showed for something that I can actually play Ghost. It's hard for some people to play this game. They hate it and it's difficult. But I kept my stats up and I just enjoyed having the challenge of keeping the stats up in such a hard, disliked game. So that's probably the number 1 reason why I kept coming back. And I was just so good. I like my stats, I like keeping them up, and it was a good challenge. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for enjoying my Ghost content this year. I know it's been a bad year of Call of Duty, but I hope it will be a lot better in Advanced Warfare. Ton of new videos to come out this week. Unboxing videos, first gameplays, all of that. So anyways, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for putting up with Ghost, and I hope Advanced Warfare will be better. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, whatever you guys want to do. And I'll see you guys next time.